Well, it was a lot of fun. Number one, for me, it was an enjoyable season. Even when we started out struggling, I knew we would eventually get where we wanted to go. So it was very fun. We had a group of players that really cared about each other, and I think it showed on the court. Our effort level was fantastic. So it was just a great group to coach, very coachable, listened to what we wanted to do, and played the right way. I think that was more important. These guys really got along well, and it showed on the court. I really had fun.
Really made a strong push at the end of the season. What really went right?
We got the right group of guys in here, and we're very unselfish. I think that's uncommon trait in minor league sports is guys not on their own personal agendas. And Jeff and I worked really hard to get the right group of guys in here. It took a little bit longer than we thought it would, but when we finally pulled the trigger and made the deals, the season turned around, and that was the whole key to the success we've had.
Talk about, there's always things you think you could have done differently. Can you expand on that? Do you think there were some things you could do differently?
Well, be honest with you, it was a lot harder to change the culture of losing than I thought it would be. I'm kind of a positive guy when it comes to, I believe in what I'm capable of doing, and I thought I could come in here and snap my fingers and it would work. And it took a lot of work. From the front office and the basketball end of it to get this thing the direction we wanted it going. Obviously not satisfied where we ended. Happy we got in the playoffs. It was a big step forward for the organization, but my personal goals are a lot higher than just making the playoffs.
Got another year, right?
Yeah, yep, I've got one more year left on this contract, and then we'll see where it goes from there. I wanted a 2-year deal because I didn't know how long this would take, and I'm excited to be coming back. The people in this community have really got in behind us, especially when we got rolling a little bit there in mid-February to the end of March. We had great crowds, and it was really fun to play in front of.
Looking at next season, what are some things you want to try and accomplish this offseason?
Well, the number one thing is try to get some of these guys back. We worked hard to get them here, so let's try to keep them here. Obviously, they've got their own career and own journey that they need to go on, and we'll help them any way that we can. But when we had our exit interviews, we made sure they knew that they have a home here if things don't work out. We just have to stay in constant contact with them so we know kind of where they're going and they know that they're welcome here.
I'm done.
Were there some players you feel that made a huge jump in their careers this year as far as what the potential for them to get some looks from the NBA?
Well, I think number one, Tony. Obviously, Tony Mitchell had a fantastic year, and if you look at where he started when he got in here the end of November to where he ended the season, just the growth he had, and I think a lot of that had to do with the veteran group of guys we had around, guys that had been there, guys that had actually been through some situations that he was going through, where he was kind of the black sheep, and off the radar of NBA people, and the Chris Porters and Tommy Smiths and Brandon, those guys were great mentors, Terrence Thomas. And to Tony's, Tony listened to him, which a lot of times young guys don't do. But I think when Chris Porter tells you something, you listen, he demands it. And, there's a reason we brought those veterans in here. They were used to winning, number one, and they know how to play the right way, and they taught our young guys. The other guy I thought took a nice step forward was Ron Howard. I thought, even though Ron is a proven veteran and an all-star in this league, his natural position is point guard if he wants to move on in his career. And, the trade was made, and Ron stepped up and showed that he can be a big point guard at the next level. He didn't lose any quickness. His scoring went up. His assists went up. So, I think that was a big move for Ron.
Not surprised that Tony was Rookie of the Year?
If he wouldn't have been, there might have been a recount on the vote, but I kind of figured that was going to happen. There was a couple other guys that obviously were deserving also, but the way Tony played the last 6 weeks of the season, it would have been a crying shame if he wouldn't have got it. And I know he was getting a bunch of phone calls from guys around the league, and the coaches were calling me yesterday, and it was really gratifying, a tribute not only to him but to his teammates for helping him get there. And, our assistant coach has spent a lot of time working with him before and after practice, and to his credit, he listened to him, and whenever he was called upon to do extra work, he did it.